Okay, so Ichigo Kingsley here. And, oh god, I don't know if I had to do this video, but I thought we were past the point of the Espada arguments, but here we are. So basically, there's a lot of misconception and confusion on the Espada and who's the strongest. So I'm basically just gonna go through. I'll touch on most of them. I'm just gonna say this right out. Ulqiuorra is the strongest Espada. End of story. Right out of the gate, I am just gonna be that guy, and feats show that it's really not far-fetched. But for you guys that simply just don't want to realize that, let's begin. So, when the Espada first show up, you have base Grimmjow coming on and making fuck on Bankai Ichigo like it's nothing. So he basically almost kills Bankai Ichigo, and he's number 6 Espada. So then they go and they train because they need to get ready to fight Aizen and the Espada. So Yamamoto orders all the captains to train, Ichigo trains, and they go to Hueco Mundo, and Ichigo, this is kind of skipping ahead a little bit because I don't cover all the details, but Ichigo does go and fight Grimmjow again, and is doing very well in his Bankai state, and Grimmjow eventually does his resurrection. I forgot what it's called. It's like Pantera or something like that. But it basically gives him like a ×10 amp, and he's beating the hell. He's throwing Ichigo through like multiple towers that's in Hueco Mundo, like it's nothing. And Ichigo's holified at this point. He has his mask on, and he's in Bankai, so he's a holified and has Bankai out. I mean, Grimmjow's still throttling him around. So at some point we see somehow Ichigo starts to beat Grimmjow. I don't know, he just grabs his sword, he's like, yeah, I'm gonna try now, and basically one-shots Grimmjow, so really weird. And then Ulqiuorra kind of shows up, and yeah, he pretty much killed Ichigo unless Orihime and Grimmjow showed up. Grimmjow threw him in the that thing Aizen gave all the Stern Riders so they could trap other Stern Riders and if they started to act out. So that happened, and Ulqiuorra got out in 4 hours and went back to fight Ichigo, and this is, after Ichigo fought Grimmjow and got stronger. So then you have base Ulqiuorra fighting a Hollow Mask Bankai Ichigo, because Ichigo goes to fight Ulqiuorra and just says Bankai, and Ulqiuorra is actually kind of surprised at how much stronger he's gotten, and he fires off a Getsuga Tensho, and again, Ulqiuorra's just like, wow, okay, that's definitely not the same one. And then Ichigo goes Holified Mask, V2 Hollow Mask, because it's a V2 because he got there's more stuff on his mask after he fights Grimmjow. So yeah, he's V2 Hollow Mask and Bankai now with more power than he fought Grimmjow with. And base Ulqiuorra is still very well relative to this guy. He's keeping up with him, he's tanking attacks from this guy Ichigo. So yeah, that right there is a pretty big feat. Ulqiuorra is fighting a guy that's holified and in a Bankai state. So you have two multipliers that stack on top of Ichigo's form, and Ulqiuorra is still like, yeah, I don't have to go in this resurrection, but I'm going to. So they go above the canopy in Las Noches, and Ulqiuorra goes his first resurrection like Murcielago, something like that. And like this dark rain rains on Ichigo, and Ichigo is just looking up at him like he's not. He knows it's not going to be good, and he's seen resurrections before, Grimmjow's and whatnot, so he knows that something's coming. And yeah, Ulqiuorra just kind of speed shits on Ichigo and just starts throttling Ichigo. Like it's not no competition. Like nothing Grimmjow did, nothing Notoria did to this guy makes up for what Ulqiuorra did. Like Ulqiuorra just throttles Ichigo. Ichigo tries to put his Hollow Mask back on, and Ulqiuorra just smashes through that like no problem at all. It throws him through a lot of pillars in Hueco Mundo, or above the canopy, like zero difficulty doing this. And he asks Ichigo to fire off his like full holified Bankai Getsuga Tensho at him, and he does, and he just like straight tanks the attack. So it's, yeah, Ichigo's strongest attack has literally zero effects on first form Ulqiuorra. So let's flash to Yami actually real quick. So Yami ends up fighting Shad, Orihime, and I think Rukia. He has a problem with these guys. You can't kill him. You can't beat him. You can't, and that's just a fact for you guys to know. He's obviously winning, but he can't beat them. Like, he can't do it. That's pretty sad. I'm not gonna lie. You have like some fodder characters like Chad Norihime. Like Chad all beat like a couple low rank Espada, like super low rank, which shouldn't compare to fucking Yami. Like, there's no way. Anyway, Yami gets his amp. He uses Resurrection every time he gets angry. He can get bigger, like the whole kind of stronger in a sense. So his number's 0. A lot of people think that because his number is 0, he's this like wank character that can fire off a Saraskuras level attack, like the Sarah he throws out from his mouth is this. Someone says it's as big as a Saraskuras. I'm like, no, it's not. Like, a Saraskuras is like a nuke plus whatever. You know, it was in the manga panel or in the anime when Saraskuras blew up. It literally made Wakamoon look like a little pebble, like this. So yeah, no, that's false. You're wrong there. I forgot who said that, but you are definitely wrong. And then you see Ichigo after his fight with Ulqiuorra come, and he's not fully healed. He's fatigued, and he just has his Bankai. And he even puts his Hollow Mask back on and says it's heavy. Fatigued Ichigo, and Yami still has trouble with him for a little while until he catches him. Your guys' hero Yami, that's supposed to be this crazy powerful guy, had trouble with a fatigued Bankai Ichigo. Do you guys? I don't see where you need any more proof than that. And all the other Espadas are not anywhere near Ulqiuorra speed. Like, so basically the fastest Sonito was number 7 or 8, and that was it. In base, he has the fastest Sonito. You guys are not understanding that. In his base form, he is the fastest Sonito user. Resurrection is a whole different story. And Ulqiuorra is the only one to have 2 Resurrections. We're not talking 1,000-Year Blood War. A lot of people bring that up and they're like, oh, he can't beat Star because Sunshui can use Bankai. It's like, yeah, in the 1,000-Year Blood War, congratulations, he would still put up a good fight against Sunshui. Like, that's how it is. Segunda Gutapa, Ulqiuorra is not weak at all. He fought a Vassal Lord Ichigo, was negging attacks from him, taking attacks from him, eventually died. But there's no evidence that would show that any captain would ever have a chance against Vassal Lord, and they would not. Like, they would die. They would die. That's it. Sunshui, Toshiro, Yamamoto is arguable. Obviously, he's the head captain, so yeah, it's arguable. Kenpachi maybe, but no. Nope. Kenpachi had trouble with the 5th Espada until he started trying, but he was still getting cut up. If he fought Ulqiuorra would not take that time, and he would not waste any time with Kenpachi once he saw how strong he was. He would be like, okay. He would go first form, and if that was enough, he'd go Segunda Gutapa, and at the time, it would definitely more than enough to take down Kenpachi. Like, if you argue that, that's just no. So yeah, you have his Segunda Gutapa form pretty much did kill Ichigo. He blew a hole right through his chest, smashed his Hollow Mask off like it was candy. So you have this guy in his base fighting Bankai Hollow Mask Ichigo. A lot of people think that Ichigo at this point is still not captain level, which just makes me laugh, honestly, because he was captain level in the Soul Society arc. It was even claimed by Yukitake. His spiritual pressure was enough to be that as a captain on the bridge where Byakuya and Yukitake were. They saw Ichigo coming, and they're like, oh wow, it feels like a captain. So there's that argument done right there. So that's done. He's well above captain level in his Bankai and with a Hollow Mask. It's just ridiculous to say otherwise. Another point I want to bring up is when Yami did get his arm cut off by Ichigo, he doesn't know how to use Iero, like the thing that makes the Arrancar skin hard. Ulqiuorra's is ridiculous. It's ridiculous. He threw a Getsuga Tensho at him, and it literally just cut his clothes. Ichigo never cut Ulqiuorra, like, never. He never did that. Unless, well, Vassal Lorde, yes, but that was not really. That was Vassal Lorde. It's a whole different power level. As for power, so basically we know that 1 through 4 Espadas just by Resurrection can destroy Las Noches. People say it's small country, some people say it's continental, but if we're going evaporation, like, it is gone, like, it's definitely continental plus. If you're just blowing it up and there's chunks up, it's probably country plus, which is still not bad. If they're just, leveling up, that's pretty good. So yeah, and Ulqiuorra has 2 of these. So he, in his first resurrection, he's times 10 his strength and then times 100 in his next release, because I don't know why it wouldn't make sense that that would be the case. That would be the case, as in the multipliers would state that he would be able to do this, destroying Lost Noche's feet 100 times over. At bare minimum, I've heard it. You could get Ulqiuorra even higher if you wanted to. So that would easily place Ulqiuorra at like high multi-continental plus to like small planet. Honestly, yeah, that wouldn't be too hard to argue that Ulqiuorra could possibly destroy a planet with, you know, Saros Godoras or the Lanza del Rampagro. That he could definitely destroy a planet with those. Might not, maybe not one of them, but multiple, without a doubt. He'd probably have to fire off at least 10 of them, but that's stronger than anybody else has ever shown in the Espada. Like, oh, but Stark can fire infinite Saros. Yeah, base Saros, bro. Okay, he couldn't beat a Shikai Sunsui. If you're saying that Sunsui would be able to beat Ulqiuorra, like, tell me how. Please tell me how. He didn't whip out Bankai, he was only in Shikai. Like, Ulqiuorra is way faster than Stark, way faster than Sunsui. If he came out through a shadow, Ulqiuorra is so fast he would react to it and just be like, yeah, there's this fucking Saros Curse in your face. Like, that's it. I'm not saying it's one shot, but like, you guys just, I don't understand the downplay on Ulqiuorra's second release. First release is still, he was bullying a Bankai Hollow Mask Ichigo. Like, I don't know how where the downplay is that. Like, where is the downplay there? I don't understand that. You know? And these people are like, oh, but like Sunsui could beat him if he used his Bankai. He doesn't use his Bankai in this arc till 1,000 Year Blood War, so no. You can't use that argument. You can't. It's no, done. If Ulqiuorra, this is a what if, went to the world of the living, Fate Katakura Town, and he pulled up in Segunda Gutapa, everyone would be like crapping their pants because his spiritual pressure is so intense. And you can go watch Clyde's video on this. It's called Ulqiuorra, something about despair. But it's like a good 30-minute video on why Ulqiuorra is the strongest. That's where I get most of the feats from. If he went to the world of the living, he would absolutely just kill everybody. He would negate Baragon's hacks with his spiritual pressure. His reality was just too great for Baragon to touch him and to just decay him. Oh, but he's the King Wakamunda, so he's got more experience. It doesn't matter, bro. It doesn't matter. If you're stronger than someone, that's it. If you're faster than someone, that's it. You can just negate hacks like Aizen did with Suzume Bashi. Like, that's... like, Ulqiuorra's spiritual pressure in Segunda Gutapa would be way above Stark, Halibal, like... I don't get why you guys are just denying the facts anymore. Ulqiuorra, oh, he's just near number 4. Okay. Okay. But his number disappears, and that doesn't really mean much, but so does Halibal's. I don't know if Stark does, but multiple other Starters' numbers disappear. So, like, what are you trying to say? That there's some transcendent being when they take the number just disappears? They're just out of the order? Yes, that is actually, they're not transcendent, but yes, that would make them not in that order anymore. The number's gone, so that's out of the window. That's really all I have for you guys. His spiritual pressure would be enough to negate Baragon's hacks. He would be much faster than Stark and Halibal in Segunda Gutapa. I really don't want to break down his speed. That would make this video much longer. But if you guys want me to do another Ulqiuorra video just kind of based on him, without the other Espadas in there, let me know. This is pretty much where I'm at. You have this guy at like small planet level, and he's MFTL plus because you just, yeah, killing a Bankai Hollow Mask Ichigo. So, yeah, thank you for coming, guys. Let me know what you think.